Hi guys, I'm Anita and I'm back with another video, and today I wanted to talk to you about some things that I've been thinking about over the past couple of months. It is something that I don't exactly know what to call this video, and I haven't planned much, I haven't written anything down, but what I've been thinking about is how my reading habits are so difficult to change, I am always constantly I'm constantly worrying about what books I feel like I have to read, which I know sounds like maybe not a really good thing, and that you should just read whatever you feel like, which is true. But all I'm thinking about all the time, if I'm reading from my backlist books, I am constantly thinking I need to read some newer releases so that I can be on top of things. I never read newer releases because I don't know why. I can't really tell you why, and I want to make my reading a balance of things, both backlist books and new releases, so that I'm on top of things. But I always find it really difficult to actually make that balance. I don't know how many books I read that were 2019 releases last year, but right now, not very long into the future, the BookTube SFF award season is starting, and people have to nominate books that they think is worthy for the 2020 BookTube SFF awards shortlist. And I just realized I have read one book that I rated high enough that I could actually put it on to nomination for this round. Also because of the other things that I really enjoyed, I can't add them to the nominees list because they are like further in a series or something like that with the new rules and stuff, which I'm really happy about. But it also just made me realize that I am always behind, and every time the BookTube SFF season starts, I always have to read so many books at once to vote for the different categories. I'm always really excited about reading the books, but I always have too many books that I need to read, and it stresses me out because then I can't focus on new releases. I can't focus on other backlist books for my TBR projects and stuff, and I can't focus on my TBR unwrappings. I'm constantly behind on my TBR unwrappings, and it's something that stresses me out all the time when I'm not reading from them. And I don't know if you have any tips on how to try and balance everything out a little bit. I try to add some things to my TBRs, but I feel like I have so many different challenges that I'm doing that it's difficult. And so over the past couple of weeks, I have been second guessing whether the challenges I've set for myself this year is something that I can work with. If I have to just cross everything out and then just start over and not do what I've been planning and just read what I feel like and try and see if I can change my habits up a little bit. But I think it's so incredibly difficult. I also never really request arcs for the same reasons that I will be constantly stressing about the fact that I don't get to those books because I have some other books that I also really want to read, and I'm a mood reader, and all of that. I tried with NetGalley once, and I knew that I had to have read a certain amount of books in order to be accepted for the putting in requests for books that were just not part of that read now part. And then I ended up taking out way too many books at the same time of the read now category, and I maybe have read 4 or 5 NetGalley arcs, and I think I have about 25 or 30 that I have to read still, or at least that's the amount that I went overboard with it, and I can't like undo them, if you will. So my feedback ratio is also really terrible. So even if I went and onto NetGalley and tried to request books, I would not be approved because my feedback ratio is so low. But at the same time, I want to be in the know. I want to be able to read books that are really new, but I have zero ideas of how to accomplish it and keeping the balance and not stressing out about all of the things that I'm not getting to. I don't know if it's something that everyone's have struggles with, or if it's just me that is constantly thinking, if I read one thing, then I keep thinking when I'm reading that thing that I should be reading something else. And it's actually really stressful. And it's, it ends up with me just reading a lot of backlist books and not really any of the newer releases that I really, really want to read. And when it comes to the fact that I finally need to read something new, I end up just picking something randomly that I haven't even been excited about, that I haven't even hardly heard of, and it turns out that it's not really one that I really enjoyed anyway. And I hardly ever read books that I'm really excited about reading when it comes to the newer releases, also because I don't have the economical funds to go out and buy all of the new books that I really want to get to, because they don't get onto the different reading platforms that I can read from. And I am so excited about everyone who's able to get new releases from the libraries. I can get some, but it's like very restrictive, so it's always difficult keeping up with the newer releases like that. So I don't know exactly what I'm trying to convey with this video. I'm just asking if anyone else is having the same problems or issues, or if they have had them and they've sort of done something to change it and that has worked for them. I would really like some tips to try and change my reading habits a little bit, so that I can be a little more overall balanced in my reading and not stress all the time about the fact of the books that I don't get to. Because I keep getting back to that. If I really want, in a perfect world, I would read 2 to 3 TBR unwrappings every month. That is a goal that I would love to achieve, but I haven't been able to keep up with that goal ever since I started doing the TBR unwrappings, and I don't know how to change things in order for that to work, because I keep thinking that when I'm reading those books, I also have some other books that I really want to read, and other books and other books and other books, and it's constantly stressing me. So I don't know exactly what I'm doing with this, and I don't know how I can do anything about it. I just would love if I could read like 2 to 3 new releases every month, but that's also like quite a few. I would like to read backlist books all the time, because I need to work on my series. I have my Stephen King project, but maybe those things should be the only things that I do, and so that I don't have an insane amount on my TBR every month, because I feel like I'm already stressing about everything and it's not really healthy. And yeah, but I would love to know if you have any ideas, any tips that you've used for yourself to try and make everything work out for you. I don't know when this started being a problem for me, but I think I've always been thinking that it's weird that I don't reach out for the new releases, that I keep going back to the books that I'm currently, like the series that I'm currently working on, the authors and all of that, and instead of just trying to branch out and try to get to the newer releases by authors that I know I love. I've tried coming up with an idea this year with the 2020 releases, but otherwise I would also really like to get just some of the more popular books read in advance, or books that I know that might make the Booktube SFF part, and that is sort of the things that I would like to try and work a little bit more on, so that I'm not super stressed when I come around to the Booktube SFF season and have to read like 20 books for that, because that's happened before. And yeah, but this was my rambly, not very coherent discussion video about that, and let me know if you have any suggestions in the comments down below, or let me know if you have similar issues, and if you agree that it can be difficult sometimes, then I'll definitely love to hear your story. Yeah, but this was all I had for today. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video very, very soon. Goodbye.